Matchup of two surefire future Hall of Famers.
After that, he's lost. That's going to work, man. You got much more experience. You got to go to work. Okay. Let your hands go. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. Okay. I don't want hair. I should have did this hair. No, we doing it right tonight. All right? Let's go. Double, triple the jab. It's going to work, baby.
Pretty good tongue lashing from Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, and it kind of speaks to what we had heard from the Smith camp about some of these losses that he's had, where he felt, I didn't do enough and this and that. Like Eddie said, I don't want to hear that. Let's do it.
He's right. This is the time to do it. I mean, most boxers feel bad after a fight because they feel they didn't do enough work in there, but this is a telling time. This is the time you have to do the work. Feeling sorry for yourself after is not the way to go out.
Ishe was favored to win the $1 million prize on the original Contender Series and failed to do it, was upset. And tonight trying to upset Danny Jacobs, you see Jacobs' temperament there, which is encouraging if you're a Jacobs fan, is Ishe landed a hard shot, Jacobs came right back.
Both exchanged big shots. Smith claims that the whole Contender thing actually turned out poorly for him because he went in overconfident and
felt that he should have won.
Felt that he should have won, but he didn't.
See, Jacobs should really hold his ground a little because, Ishe Smith's not really doing anything. All he's doing is walking forward. And Danny Jacobs is walking back, and he doesn't need to.
Saw it in the Walton fight. It was the first time as a pro someone really had any kind of effective pressure at all on Jacobs. And he seemed content to lean against the ropes and counter. And here his disposition on when he was fighting less than world-class opposition, he was a terror. Here you see his natural temperament may be more of a counterpuncher, a guy who rides shots back and counters with his own.
Jacobs turns around Smith. A couple right hands to the head, left hand to the body. Smith dips away for more danger.
After Jacobs throws that combination, he kind of relaxes a bit too much, especially with the right hand, and he's too close to Smith at that point.
According to CompuBox, Jacobs has thrown 242 punches for 105 for Smith.
See where Jacobs is holding that right hand. He needs to hold it a little bit higher because he's getting caught with that left hook.
Watch on the inside, okay? I don't want to take the point away.
Smith using the old-time tricks, hitting a guy in his thigh, allowing him not to move around the ring so easily.
Slapping right by Smith caught Jacobs in the face. They throw haymakers, and Lawrence Cole's got to get in between them.
Come on, Smith. Let's just go back. Don't waste energy here. Come on.
All right, fellas, you got 3 minutes each round to do the fighting.
No fucking respect. The bell ring, you go right on this motherfucker, let your hands go. Okay. You're waiting too fucking long. Okay. He's standing in front of you. Stop looking at him. Let your hands go. Okay. When you throw punches, you're scoring big time. Stop looking at him. Okay. He ain't got 3 arms. He's just human, just like you. Let your fucking hands go.
And here's a look that happened at the end of the round. This is called protect yourself at all times. Although the referee called stop, you still got to put your hands up.
Ishe, it looks to me, thought maybe Jacobs threw a late punch, but really I think that was about Ishe using something to psych himself up in order to throw caution to the wind and really attack Jacobs with some urgency. And Jacobs, for his part, just stared Ishe down.
Again, round number 4. Let's check in with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob. 29-28. 2 rounds to 1. Danny Jacobs. You know, Bob, in round one, Danny Jacobs clearly outworked Ishe Smith. In round two, Ishe started to move his hands, and somehow or another, when he lands that left hook, it looks like he's doing a lot more damage than Jacobs is doing. Round three, again, Danny Jacobs outworked him. But, Bob, I got to say something. When they have that 10-second warning at the end of a round, that's a signal for the referee to jump in, get ready. I want to bell rings. You know, you're right in the middle between the two fighters, so they can't fight after the bell. Lawrence Jacobs was a little slow in round three. 2-1, Jacobs.
And Jacobs is doing what I wanted him to do from round one, really. He needs to go forward and, you know, get it going because he's a much sharper puncher. He's got good skills and needs to get his jab and right hand going. Combinations going like he is.
Smith trying to use what happened at the end of round number 3 to get himself a little bit more intense. His corners wanted that intensity from him. Good right hand to the body by Jacobs.
If Ishe's intention is to psych Jacobs out, that doesn't seem to be working. Maybe he's trying to get Jacobs to open up more and tire himself out. And Ishe's plan maybe is to take it to him in the later rounds. And that seems to be an improvised plan because Eddie Mustafa Muhammad in the corner keeps imploring Ishe just to attack.
Jacobs lands a nice left inside.
Ishe's throwing a left hook, but it's more of a slapping hook. It's not really doing anything.
Despite that sense of bravado from the end of the last round and the start of this round, Smith really not doing a lot. He shakes his head, says, I'm not hurt, but he's not throwing punches. Jacobs is throwing 40 more punches in this round.
You know, I thought with Ishe Smith that he came in kind of tight, and he needs a couple rounds to loosen up, but he still seems a little tight to me. Throwing some good, strong punches in there.
There's a lot to like from Danny Jacobs so far. You see the natural ability. You see he has a fighter's disposition. You see he's not afraid to mix it up. On the flip side, kind of easy to hit with a left hook against a shorter guy.
Well, that's just some technical things he needs to go back in the ring and work on. But right now he's doing pretty well. Now he's resting, but as far as his punch rate, he's throwing a lot of punches in there.
Time!
End of round 4 in this scheduled 10-rounder between Danny Jacobs and Ishe Smith. Well, still to come on HBO's Boxing After Dark. You'll get a look at this man, Malcolm Clausen. He puts his 130-pound title on the line. He's 24-4-2 by way of South Africa. 14 knockouts on his resume. Coming to the United States to try to make himself more marketable. He'll do it tonight on Boxing After Dark. The Ghost, Robert Guerrero, former featherweight champion. 24-1-1 with 17 knockouts. Coming off a couple of spotty performances, wants to get back and capture people's imagination with a defining win and a belt tonight against Clausen. That's coming up tonight on Boxing After Dark here on HBO. Round 5 underway for Danny Jacobs and Ishe Smith. No knockdowns in the fight to this point. Through the first 4 rounds, Jacobs has thrown 200 more punches. That is a wide disparity, according to CompuBox, in a 4-round sample.
See, this is where Danny Jacobs can't allow himself to be, because Ishe Smith throws some powerful punches and he has no place to move, and he doesn't want to be in the place of any punches. So he needs to keep his hands up and stay away from the ropes.
All right, so you're Danny Jacobs right now, and you know that really the only punch that Ishe Smith has been able to land relatively effectively is that left hook. Sometimes it's a little wide, sometimes it slaps, sometimes it's good. How do you avoid it?
Well, it's easy to avoid a left hook. Just keep your right hand paced to the side of your face, and you know any punch that guy's throwing, if he's going to throw a left hook, it's not going to hit you.
Don't push off.
The Left hand thumps off the head of Smith. I think there's a cut on the right eye of Smith. See if we can get a better look at it. Well, he pawed at the eye, but evidently no cut there. Alex, what could Smith do to sort of change the tempo? I mean, everything's kind of the same. He tries to load up with a couple big hooks, then Jacobs does what he does, and Smith not being overly effective.
Well, Smith needs to go right to that body like he is. He needs to really work on that body, because once he works on the body, then he can bring it more upstairs. He's just going upstairs. He's being a headhunter right now, and most of his combinations should really go to the body, then the head.
You know what's impressive about what Jacobs just did and what he continues to do is he's a big guy, size, speed. Ishe Smith's an experienced guy, smaller. He can fight on the inside, and yet Jacobs is out fighting